Now, barely a month after the death of former Ondo State Governor Rotimi Akeredolu, Governor Aiyedatiwa yesterday took full charge of the power levers when he dissolved with immediate effect the cabinet and all the aides appointed by his predecessor, Akeredolu. Aiyedatiwa, however, nominated Akeredolu's kinsman, Olayide Adelami, and who's, of course, an Owo indigene, an ex-deputy clerk as his deputy. Adelami's nomination is believed to be in line with pressure from political leaders in the northern senatorial zone to appoint a deputy governor from Owo in honor of the late Akeredolu. Joining us this morning to further this conversation is Honorable Olugbenga Omole, who's the spokesperson Ondo State 9th House of Assembly. Good morning, Honorable Omole. Thanks for joining us and good to see you again.
Good morning. It's my pleasure to be here once again.
All right. We, of course, first of all, start with the conversation from the Chief of Staff's nomination and the thoughts, that it was done in honor of former Governor Rotimi Akeredolu, and, of course, the need to nominate somebody from, his part of Ondo State. So can you clarify if this is true or there's other reasons why this person was chosen?
Well, thank you very much. You know the story of Ondo State in the last 1 year, thereabout. Unfortunately, we lost our governor who has done so well for us, not only in Ondo State, but the entire Southwest and Nigeria. And the thing is that, yes, the deputy governor has to be the governor, is constitutional. Then you look at it, the late governor still have at least 1 year and some few months to go. So you will know that the present governor, Lucky Aiyedatiwa, was sworn in on the 27th of December last year. And today is 25th of January. He has been consulting, meeting leaders of the party and on the issue of the deputy governor. If he has the way, he will have chosen the deputy governor immediately he was sworn in. But a lot of things have to be taken into consideration. Of course, politics will come in, and you look at it, governance, who will add value to his government. And at the same time, we have to look at a way of immortalizing late Governor Akeredolu. It's a good political move for the governor to have chosen somebody from the town of the former governor. I mean, the ticket was Elijah and Owo. Unfortunately, Owo from the north, where the governor comes from, lost out by the death of the governor. Nobody expected that. So for political balancing and that shows the governor is humane and he listened and he consulted widely. That is why he's picking somebody from Owo, and not just anybody. Adelami is somebody who is a technocrat, a former deputy clerk of the National Assembly, who threw his hat in the ring in the gubernatorial race in 2020. He was an aspirant. He was a gubernatorial aspirant in 2020. So for me and for us and for everybody who saw, we never saw this coming because the governor did not discuss this. He kept it to his chest. And I knew he consulted widely before he made that choice. So if people say, or if people are looking at it that it's a way to make or stay relevant in this government by giving them the slot of deputy governor when they lost out in the governor, I give thumbs up for the governor for doing that.
And how would you say that the people of Ondo State are welcoming this move? Do you see it as something that they're very excited about?
It is, because it's a very good political move, and Adelami is somebody that is equipped with a lot of knowledge. You can see his resume, somebody that rose from the rank and become the deputy national clerk of National Assembly. And one thing about him in Owo, he's an household name in Owo. He's a renowned philanthropist. He has an NGO that takes care of the widows and women. And literally, they call him Okokpo in Owo, meaning the husband of the widow. So he's somebody that his popularity cannot be questioned. So for me, I see it as a square peg in a square hole. And for anybody that want to be fair in Ondo State, we see it as a good choice. But then again, yes, normally when the governor comes from the south in Ondo State, the deputy usually comes from the central. But now, like I explained earlier, that I may not be speaking the mind of the governor now, but I know the calculation now is that for this deputy to finish this term of Akeredolu that we end February 2025, and by the grace of God, eventually, when Aiyedatiwa pick the ticket of the party, he may now pick somebody from the center. He may. I'm not talking for him. I'm just talking as a politician who has followed how it is. Whenever a governor comes from the south, the deputy governor always comes from the central. But we are in unusual circumstances now. Nobody expected that this will happen. So desperate circumstances require desperate measure. And I think we're doing this to balance the political equation so that the hometown of the immediate past governor will not see it as a slight on them that they've been shoved out of the scheme of things in the politics and governance of Ondo State.
All right, I want us to still look at some of the moves that he's made. We'll come back to more of the appointments. Let's look at some of the dissolutions that have happened. The State Executive Council has been dissolved, but I'm going to read an excerpt of the press statement that was released. It says, this is a statement by the Chief Press Secretary, Ebenezer Adeniyi, on Wednesday. The governor said that the dissolution of the senior special assistants as well as special assistants of their duties will take effect immediately. He said, and I quote, all members of the cabinet are to immediately hand over to the permanent secretaries or the most senior administrative officers in their respective offices. All the affected officials are directed to hand over all government properties in their possession. The governor thanks the affected officials for their services and contributions to the development of the state. Would you say this is also a political move? And how have the affected officials, how does this come across to them? How has this been received?
Well, you need to be in Akure to see the mood of the people yesterday when this dissolution was done. It's something that people have been waiting for it to happen. I mean, in fact, there was a funny scenario yesterday when one of the outgone commissioner, precisely the Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, was booed out of his office. In fact, it took the effort of the Nigerian police force to rescue him. That shows that these people are no more, they have outlived their usefulness in the service of Ondo State. I am not, no pun intended, it was a jubilation galore in the city of Akure and major city in Ondo State yesterday when the news filtered into town that the ESCO has been dissolved. This is not a move against the late governor. I'm sure if the governor was still alive and he's still the governor, he would have rejigged his cabinet because, I mean, in a football match, there's always a halftime whereby you have to change guard and put in new people and you change your. So for me and for a lot of people in Ondo State, it's a welcome development. People applauded the move and people even were expecting that it will happen before now. On the issue of special assistance, the section 196 of the Nigerian Constitution is clear on the issue of special advisors. Special advisors, senior special assistants, they are aides to a governor. And that section of the Constitution, section 196, subsection 1 to 4, clearly stated how a special advisor will be appointed and how their job will end. Once the governor that appointed them cease to be governor, they cease to exist. That is it. It is unambiguous. It is stated in the Constitution. So for the Governor Aiyedatiwa to wait till this time before he sent them packing is just a benevolent on his part because it's a constitutional matter. They are aides of the governor. And once you are no more in office, automatically your aides are no more in office. So for us and for everybody, it's a welcome development. And I'm sure about this. Some of this, as cabinet members that were dissolved will still find their way back into the cabinet because it's not all of them that their services is no more needed. I'm speaking, my personal opinion anyway, I'm not speaking on behalf of the government or of the governor, but as a political analyst and as a politician, as an active politician of the APC in Ondo State, following the trends of events in the last 8 months, I know some of these guys will still find their way back. But then, like I said, in every football match, there'll be a time for you to substitute players. And I think that's exactly what the governor is trying to do right now.
Well, we're talking here about special advisors and special assistant and senior special assistants and the likes. is it maybe also an opportunity for Governor Aiyedatiwa to reduce, maybe an over-bloated government? Does he maybe need these many special advisors and senior special assistant and senior special assistants to the assistant's assistants? Do we need these many people? And do you expect that this might be, a chance that he maybe reduce his cabinet and the size, rather, of these people? But that's one. And another thing, let's talk a little bit more about the Attorney General. Why was he getting booed? Was he a poorly performing Attorney General of Ondo State? Is there some other thing that, we're not aware of?
Well, it's not even the only one that was booed, but unfortunately, it was the only one we saw that was video. I understand like 2 or 4 other commissioners were treated the same way when the news came out yesterday. So, yes, I mean, for you to be a commissioner and to be shouted upon and disgraced out of your office when the news filter in that you have been sacked. Because from what some of the civil servants and the people who are saying there was that he has been boasting that nobody can sack him, nobody can. And, as a politician, you need to have this interpersonal, relation with people. If you are occupying an office today, you won't be in the office forever. So your relation with people should be top-notch because you never can tell, who is watching. And for them, the thing happened, I don't think it was a planting. It happened, instantaneously because that shows even the civil servants are tired of that character. They don't want him as their commissioner, and that was the message they passed yesterday. Yes, you are talking of over-bloated cabinet. I don't see the Ondo State cabinet as over-bloated cabinet. And like I said, at any point in time of the life of an administration, there'll be a time where the governor will have to rejig his cabinet or reshuffle or dissolve or something like that. I'm sure if the late governor is alive, he will have tinkered with this cabinet because, each person is brought in to represent his local government and to man a particular ministry. So it depends on how you perform, and your performance will be measured by the person that appointed you. And because it takes the governor he was sick for a very long time. He was not able to really, see to the day-to-day activities and the works of this commissioner. Maybe that was why they were still there up to now. But we have a deputy governor now who is not, we have a new governor who has been a deputy governor, who has been vice chairman of that executive council, who knows the workings of government, and who knows, the output of each of these people. So for him to do that, and like I said, people have been expecting him to do this, but I knew he was getting briefed. He became the governor on the 27th of December. 2 days in 2 days time, it'll be a month. And I think for that long time, for that almost 4 weeks, he has gotten a lot of information. He has seen a lot of things. He has interacted with them, and he believes this is the time for him now to assemble, a team that will be, compliant with the reality on the ground. And that's why somebody from Owo will be the deputy governor now. And in a few days to come, I'm sure the governor will be thinking of setting up, a new cabinet that will, be the highest decision-making organ of the state.
All right, let's look at, going forward, the future for the Sunshine State. The current governor and deputy governor have about roughly 10 months to the next elections, which will be holding on the 16th of November 2024. What are some of the most pressing areas, that they need to focus on with this time? Some may say limited, but what are some of the most pressing areas they need to focus on and effect some level of change before they exit office?
You see, this is an unusual time in Ondo State. What happened has never happened, and it was not envisaged. And I keep on telling people that this administration is still the same administration of late Governor Aiyedatiwa. The new governor, luckily, Aiyedatiwa, is not a stranger to that government, and is not a stranger to the former governor. So it's the same administration, a new governor in the same administration. Let me put it that way. So for me and for what we have been seeing that the governor has been saying and doing is a continuation of the work of the former governor. For example, most contractors are back on site now. Work is going on in almost all the roads contract that has been awarded by the previous governor. And it's a continuation of the legacy projects of Akeredolu. And of course, new projects we come on. But for, like you said, this administration have, barely 11 to 12 months, like a year and a month now. Let's say a year, because the lifespan of this administration will end February next year. So they have like 12 months now. And a lot can be, I keep on telling people, it's not the number of years you are in government that matter, but the impact you can have, the positive impact you can have on the people. That is, and the main object of government is the welfare of the people and the security of the people. And for this past 1 month, and I think Aiyedatiwa has scored an A in that area. For example, for the very first time in a very long time, we had a stakeholder meeting of the APC on Monday, and it was a very, very rewarding meeting, because for the very first time after a long time, a lot of party members who have been neglected, who have not been taken care of, came in and they expressed their mind, and the governor spoke to the heart of the party, and everybody went home happy, because he charted a new course that for now there's going to be remuneration, there's going to be reward system for the party member, and the party executive, the party structure from the ward level to the state level will be on salary. It has never happened before, and you need to. We got a standing ovation for that. And for me, that is the way to go. It's trying to unite the party. It's bringing the people, the party member on board, and telling them and letting them know that they will not be forgotten.
All right, Honorable Omole, I'm sure Governor Aiyedatiwa also understands, aside politics, governance is also very important. There's currently, of course, security challenges in different parts of Nigeria, Ondo State inclusive. I think there was a report of 19 people who had killed or kidnapped, I don't remember, a while ago. So that is something that, must be addressed. Do you have any idea what his plans would be for security with the security forces in the state and, of course, the state's independent security agencies? Do you know what his plans are? And also, if you remember, you did speak about a certain cabal, the last time we spoke, that were seemingly frustrating the efforts of letting Ondo State move on after the very, very sad passing of Governor Akeredolu. Can you share any information as to what has happened with those people so far? Are they still in office? Have they been fired? Is there anything that has developed since Governor Aiyedatiwa, of course, assumed office?
I will take it from your last question. The cabinet has been dissolved. That is no more news. And before then, I think 2 members of the cabinet they put in their resignation letter on the day the governor was sworn in. So for me, we don't have to talk about that anymore, because that is in the past. Nobody is in the cabinet now except the governor and the deputy governor that may be screened at the House of Assembly today. We should be looking forward now. The governor has told everybody, particularly his supporters, that he has forgiven anybody that might have wronged him in the past. He's holding no grudge with anybody. He's looking forward. He's focused. He has a job to do, and that job is to take Ondo State to El Dorado. Yeah, talking about security, our late governor was the field marshal of Amotekun. He has written his name in gold by championing the cause of Amotekun, that is the Southwest Security Network, codename Amotekun.
Yeah.
In Ondo State, you can sleep with your 2 eyes closed, nothing will happen. Like the governor usually say, nothing will happen. Our security is top notch. You have to be in Ondo State and see that how every major entry into the town and major flashpoint of criminality and crimes are being manned by the normal regular police, the civil defense, and the Amotekun. So we have never had it so good in Ondo State, and I know the present governor will sustain that top-notch security arrangement. Ondo State is safe in the hands of Aiyedatiwa. We are secured and we are happy.
Honorable Omole, always a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you very much for, of course, always honoring our invites. We wish Ondo State and people of Ondo State very well, and we look forward to having you join us again.
Pleasure is mine. Thank you.